Hello, good morning. Welcome to another video from T.W White Sons. Here we have today a Mazda 3. This is a SKYACTIV-G 2 litre 122 PS, and this is the GT Sport Tech model. So that's the top of the line with the 360 camera amongst many other things which we'll get to when we get in the car. Now, as I walk round, hopefully you can appreciate the condition of this vehicle. It's very nice indeed. There are a couple of grazes on the alloy wheels, which I shall have professionally refurbished over the course of the next couple of days. This is presented in machine grey with a black leather interior. Now, the car was actually purchased brand new at Masters Mazda, who were a long-standing Mazda dealer over in Elmwood's End, Beckenham. They closed down a couple of years ago now, I think, and so we've been sort of inheriting quite a few of their customers because we're in quite a close proximity. So we're very grateful to take this in part exchange, and thank you for the previous owner for supplying such a lovely car. Now, they actually are very happy with the brand, and they purchased a CX-30, so very similar spec. I think they went for a black one with stone leather, but a CX-30, which is actually based on a Mazda 3. Now, these cars are very well spec'd. The quality and finish is very, very good. Now, I would say if you haven't driven or sat in one of the new generation Mazdas, please do, because I do find the quality of these cars better than the traditional premium branded cars. Now, if you have a look on our website, that's an impartial comment, because we do sell those cars, because we get lots of them in part exchange now, especially since Mazda have been going down this sort of premium route. And yes, I think the finish is very, very, very good. Now, these are family friendly cars, and the reason I say that is because since becoming a father, my son's 4, I never realised the importance of boots and stuff before having him, but this would fit your pram and all the bits and pieces that go with it. Okay, and if you had a dog, pop the shelf out, and there's a good space there. You've got a 60/40 split rear seat. This car has the Bose premium sound system, so you've got that extra speaker there in the boot. You've got privacy glass in the rear, and you'll find that a lot of newer cars now have less glass in the back. There is a reason for that. It's safety. I suppose the less glass, the safer the car, but there's still good visibility out the back. You've got ISOFIX anchorages on the 2 outer rear seats. You've got this lovely perforated leather. It's all really, really good quality. Now, we haven't actually cleaned this car, so it'll all be fully valeted. Okay, and look at that, the Bose premium sound system, or BOSS, or however you want to pronounce it. You've got this lovely piano black finish on the dash, and all the plastics are very, very nice. You've got this sort of textured plastic here, this sort of leather finish dash. It's all really, really good. We've just recently sold an A-Class Mercedes and a C-Class yesterday, and I must say, I do feel that the materials used in these cars are better, and you get a lot more for your money. There's a few grazes, as mentioned earlier. These will all be professionally repaired, so I don't like to get, just part of the wheel done. I send them off to a professional wheel refurbers. They strip them down, powder coat them, and they come back better than new. Right, so let's hop in the car, but before we do that, just show you in the back here, condition wise, it's all very, very nice. Now you get an electric driver's seat with 2 memory settings, which comes in handy, because whenever I get my seat right, I struggle. Somebody's disturbed it, I struggle to get it right again, and then I have to get used to it all over again. Now look at that dash. Look at that dash, sort of pulsating. Now I'm going to start the car up. We have 2 keys with the car. We always supply with 2 keys. Foot on the clutch. All the dials sort of go up, and there you are. So you've got like a trip computer. These can be very economical, by the way, because they've got these SKYACTIV engines. So this car's, it's only really done very low miles. what's that, 14,000. So yeah, very, very low indeed, sort of under 5,000 miles a year. On long runs, you'll get like high 40s to the gallon. And bear in mind, these are 2-litre engines, 4 cylinders. Now, the reason I'm emphasising that is there are a lot of manufacturers out there that are now supplying cars to get around this whole emissions thing with 3 cylinders and very, very small engines, which tend to labour a lot. So the drivability, they're not as smooth. Mazda went the other way and sort of made bigger engines but made them more fuel efficient, and I think that's a better way to go, because these sort of 3-cylinder cars and that can feel quite worn out, and I say they feel like they're labouring all the time. So you've got an analog rev counter there. You can have a digital speedo, but you can also yeah, there you go, analog as well. All right. Analog fuel gauge, temperature gauge. So a lot of manufacturers, including Mazda, got away with a temperature gauge, and you just had a light for cold and a light for hot. You never saw the hot light, but really the cold light would come on in the morning, the blue light, and people would think, oh, is that a coolant sensor, you know, low coolant? It's not, of course. Once the car warmed up, it would switch off. So I'm quite glad they've gone back to a temperature gauge. You've got automatic lights, wipers, you've got adaptive lights, they've got high beam control, which is on here, which is very good when driving down country lanes at night. I would say you could see better at night on an unlit road with one of these than you can in the day, if that makes sense. The lights are absolutely amazing. You've got rake and reach adjustment on the steering column. You've got adaptive cruise control, so you're never always having to just continuously adjust your cruise control, because on our UK roads, you know, they do tend to be busy, so that will adjust itself. Climate control, you've got heated steering wheel, heated seats, CD player, USB here, USB there, and they can that once you plug the USB in and set your smartphone up, you've also got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can you know, use apps of your choice. Look at that, you've got a 360 camera, and look how I park this car. You've got these, as I turn the wheel, look, these I've forgotten what they're called now. Adaptive lines? No, it will come to me in a minute. But look, I'm square on in this car parking space, and that's due to having this. So no excuses for getting in those tight parking spaces or for poor parking. Air conditioning works really, really well. Got these vents here. Quite like these vents being sort of low down, these sort of at the same level. I do like that. You've got a 6-speed gearbox, and feels very sporty, very precise, and very direct, almost like the MX-5s, or just like the MX-5s, in fact. So up here you've got communications, you've got a fantastic phone system, entertainment, so you've got DAB radio, Bluetooth, USB 1, 2, CD player. If you bought this new now, it wouldn't have a CD player. They're becoming extinct. You've got a great navigation system, as previously mentioned. When you set your phone up, your smartphone up, you can use any of those apps if that's what you prefer. But the Mazda system's very good. Put your postcode in, and off you go. And you can also search like petrol stations and things like that, and restaurants and cash dispensers and parking. So all good stuff. Okay. You've got these drinks holders here. Someone said to me the other day, why have cars got so many drinks holders? And of course, they don't have ashtrays anymore. And I think some cars in certain markets possibly would have ashtrays, or the drinks holders would double up as ashtrays. But of course, we don't smoke in cars. We don't smoke at all these days. So that's probably the reason why. Yes. So there's the mileage there, 14,579 miles. So look, Elmer's End, Mazda supplied the car in June 2020 at 4 miles. And then in August 2021, it had a service at 4,269 miles at Masters. And then the people moved to North London. So the North London dealer's Mill Cars, very long-standing, reputable dealer, in September 2022 at 9,551 miles. So this car will be serviced, ready for the next keeper. In fact, it will be serviced. This must have just had an MOT, or it does need an MOT. So it will come with an MOT anyhow. and anything that requires doing shall be done. So it will be a part of the Mazda approved use scheme. So, you know, if you're looking at these cars, these are different from the ones you might see in an independent or a car supermarket, because this will come with a 12-month Mazda ZZ Plus used car warranty, which is comprehensive and no silly claim limits or anything like that. And you get roadside assistance, which covers you in Europe and is comprehensive, so it will rescue you from home and Europe. In fact, you know, it's not one of these bare bones schemes that you've got to kind of upgrade for them to be any good. Okay, so as mentioned, we are a Mazda dealer, but it doesn't mean we don't want your part exchange if it's not a Mazda. We want your part exchange regardless of what you have. As mentioned earlier, we get a lot of the premium branded vehicles. We get a lot of all sorts, all weird and wonderful things sometimes, which makes this job of videoing the cars quite interesting. But yeah, you get the best deal with a part exchange. We want you to have a seamless buying experience, not a disjointed one. But please do punch your reg number in and do all those things. But get in touch with us. We want your part exchange. We got great finance facilities, which is why you know, we get a lot of these cars back after 3 years, and people come to the end of their PCPs and renew, and it gives us a real steady stream of good quality used cars. And if you'd like me to take any more photos, videos, or find any information on this car that perhaps I've missed, please don't hesitate to ask. And should that be outside our regular business hours, don't let that put you off. Just drop us an email or pick up the phone, leave a voicemail. We get notified of them, we can listen to them on our phones, and we'll come back to you. Okay, we're a 7-day-a-week business, but we will pick up inquiries out of hours. Now, if you've dealt with us before, thank you for considering us again. And if not, and you want to get an idea of, you know, who we are and how we do business, do check out our reviews. It'll give you a good representation, you know, of who we are. I've actually been at this branch for 10 years, with the company 20 years last month. So, you know, we really do work hard on doing that, and we'd like you to come back and, you know, use us for all your motoring needs. So I want to thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I have, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Bye bye.